This a mixtape popping from the press gate. Out the Shit's Creek, short of call to catch weight. This the real deal, Holyfield without a deal. Holding up the status quo, start the fire, yeah. Bonafide, fly, bad guy floating in the sky. Skip it with the beat like a coaster on a ride. Remedy, repeat, feed the focus, come alive. Kill them in they sleep, if they wake up galvanized. Tally high up the ladder, sayonara, see you later. Till tomorrow, bring the papers as a favor. Mr. Neighbor Good, grew up in the neighborhood. Never thought I could be someone that would stay for good. So the story goes, sold myself with student loans. Also mental goal, plus the middle where to go. I'm posted at the road, smoking pot with Monaco. Supposed to be at home, told my parents adios. Comma closed in my checking, yeah, I'm broke. It's all good though, lately I've been on the road. You know.
All
right, cool. Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to another episode of Live and Untied. We're here. It's Sunday, May 23rd. We are just kind of getting things together right now for the Indy 500 coming up this weekend. I was in Indiana this past weekend prepping my digestive system with tons of fun. And we, so yeah, I mean, you're probably wondering, Jackson, what was the
alcohol?
Occasion? Yeah, it was. Okay. It was fun juice. Okay. And you're probably wondering, Jackson, what was the occasion other than prepping or pre-gaming for the Indy 500? And it was my cousin's 13th birthday. Which
wait, 13th?
Yeah.
Okay.
But honestly, I was there celebrating him, even though he can't drink. I was drinking for him. It was definitely a good time. But I actually had a crazy weekend starting out on Thursday, like going into the weekend. My building lost power on Thursday, and I had to go to an event that night where I was going to do some networking for Live and Untied.
Pause before you get. Was it like the whole block or just your building?
It was just my building, and like the elevators were working because they were on a backup generator.
Yeah, I wouldn't ride that though.
I did.
Oh my god!
I had to get here because my laptop was here, so I raced all the way from the loop to here as fast as I could because I had like meetings all day.
Did you run?
No, my roommate drove me.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
But yeah, so we did that, and then Tyler was like, "Hey, you know what we got? We got these really cool stickers that came in. You can take them to your networking event." I was like, perfect. So I'm handing these out, and I get about 10 in, and then someone's like, you know what? I'm gonna scan it right in front of you so you know that I did it. And I was like, thank you. That means a lot. You know, I love all the support and all that. And as he's scanning it, he's looking at it and he's like, it's not scanning. I was like, that's not right. You know, it's a QR code. It's I'll show you right here. This is what it looks like. But you're probably noticing that you can't really see the corners of the dots, and that's because we made them yellow because it's one of our colors. So if you're ever making a QR code in the future, you can be like, I don't want yellow in it because I know that it'll just completely derail the whole operation. Speaking of derailing the operation, we are now currently fixing the whole situation right now. If you cut to camera 2, we are coloring them in with Sharpies. It's, fighting smarter, not harder. We got 500 of these. We got 500 of them.
I think we have 1,000.
We might have 1,000, but we're all sitting here coloring these in.
Tell them the purpose for why we need them, like our plans for this weekend.
Because we'll be at the Indy 500.
Yeah.
And we want to hand out things that are like, hey, if you subscribe, you come back, we'll, you get to do a beer bong, or you get to, chug a beer, shotgun a beer,
body shot beer, out of your belly button.
Out of my belly button, yes. I'm going to be giving up my belly button for marketing purposes this weekend for the show. So we're just kind of getting stuff together for that. But as the power goes out in my building, I had to race here, and I'm in a full suit, and I showed up. And Tyler was like, what are you doing? You've never looked.
I didn't recognize
you. Yeah, he was looking past me. I'm like, right here, man. as like in a suit because obviously, you guys see me every week. I'm in a hoodie usually.
Hoodie gang.
Yeah, definitely. But I just didn't. I was wearing a full suit, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What? I didn't recognize you at all." And I was like, "Dude, I didn't recognize me," but I panicked because my power went out, and I was like, "What if I don't get to stop back here?" And I did, and I didn't even end up wearing the suit to the networking event because it ended up being kind of business casual. So I was like, "Oh, cool." Everyone's coming out of the pandemic, and they're wanting to kind of keep it casual. Everyone got used to wearing sweatpants everywhere. Suits are like
Still do.
Yeah, I mean, I still definitely do. I wear hoodies and sweatpants. I was gonna wear sweatpants for the show today, but I was like, well, we kind of phoned it in last week.
One of us has sweatpants on.
That's true.
Oh yeah, Tyler or Sonny, you gonna show him your sweatpants?
Yeah. I got these for the 500. Also, this pink hat that matches it. It's a fanny pack hat. Oh God, I just hit the mic. So I can, for the Indy 500, this is where I plan on keeping my ID, maybe a credit card, and some cash. Who knows what else? And then I got these pants. Look, they're pineapples with sunglasses on them. They're freaking awesome and comfortable. They just smell weird.
Yeah. So they do smell weird. But they so we're just kind of he's getting packages of different items that he's going to be wearing for the
because we agreed that Friday is going to be 90s day, and nothing is more 90s than pineapples with sunglasses.
Everyone knows that they came to light in the 90s. So we got that. We're coloring in the codes. If you're going to be at the Indy 500, come by, see us at our campsite. We'll be in lot 1C. Get one of these stickers, subscribe to the show. I mean, you obviously already are if you're hearing this.
Take a body shot from Jackson.
But yeah, you can take a body shot out of my belly button if you can prove that you are subscribed to the show. I will let you. Yeah.
And if you see one of these stickers around the city, then you know that it's kind of like an autograph because we're all just circling and you thought.
Yeah.
So.
But so Thursday, that's how my week, going into the weekend, started. And then Friday morning, I headed back to Indiana because I had some things to take care of out there. And as I'm heading back to Indiana, I literally walk out of my building and start walking towards Van Buren. And I heard a loud crash behind me. So I didn't stop walking. I'm walking, and I turn and look at it. And then I feel a squish crunch under my foot. And I know a couple weeks ago, I said that, the birds aren't real movement kind of brings up some good points, but I stepped on a fucking bird. And you know what? This bird was real. This bird, because I looked down and it was just a pile of bloody feathers. And I was like, that's what that feels like. That was the feeling. That was the squish crunch. That was such an upsetting feeling. I literally stepped on it and I was like, whoa, shit. And people saw it happen and I just kept walking like it didn't happen. But then I got in the car and I was like, oh my God, I just did that. And I hope it was dead prior to me stepping on it. I have to assume it was, though. Birds are usually really good about not being stepped on, Yeah,
because usually they're in the air.
Yeah. So it'd be weird.
Yeah.
It's usually pretty difficult to step on a fucking bird. That's all I'm saying. And so I stepped on a bird.
Fun fact, one day I was driving to school during high school and I hit 3 birds.
You hit
all at different times.
All at different times.
And it was like a 6-minute drive to school.
So within 6 minutes, you hit 3 birds.
I was so confused.
That's insane. So at least some birds are real. But
at least some are.
So it wasn't full. Yeah, I stepped on this one, and then I immediately started Googling more about the birds aren't real thing, and a lot of their problems with a lot of the birds that they bring up in that whole movement or whatever you want to call it, conspiracy theory, is all about pretty much pigeons, which is what I have a problem with. Because have you ever seen a baby pigeon? No, you haven't. Don't lie. Don't lie to me, and don't lie to yourself. You haven't, and for a fact that. All pigeons are the same size.
What would you have done if you stepped on that bird and a loose wire came out?
I would have been like, I fucking told you guys. And I would have brought it. I would have grabbed the nearest person and been like, you see that shit too? There's wires sticking out of its neck. And they're like, where's its head? I'm like, I think it's inside its body. It was literally, as soon as I did it, I thought of that scene from Grown Ups 2. Our grown-ups won when Kevin James swings on that tree swing or that rope swing,
Oh, right.
and then he falls, and then they hear like chirp and crunch, and he's like, that could have been anything. Anything could have done it to that bird, but it was me. And then, yeah, so then I pre-gamed at my cousin's birthday party this weekend to make up for it.
Stepping on a bird.
Yeah, I was like, ugh, I need a drink. So then I went to my cousin's birthday, had a bunch of drinks. And then I went, my friend called me and was like, hey, my dad's celebrating his 50th tonight. Why don't you come out? And I was like, perfect. Perfect excuse to keep the party going. Plus, he's a great guy. And then I ended up here today. So that was pretty much my week leading up to the show. It's kind of a gloomy day, like gloomy, rainy day, which is a perfect day to wear a hoodie and watch our show. Like get all cozy in your living room, put us on the TV, and color in some stickers that we fucked up. Yeah. So, yeah. But the coolest part about this weekend was that it was Sonny's first time officiating a wedding as an ordained minister, a member of the clergy, a proud member of the clergy.
That's right. That's right. All right, I'll put the coloring aside for a second so I can talk about it.
So how's it feel to be a man of God?
What was that?
How does it feel to be a man of God?
I mean, I've always been a man of God because I know my mom's watching, but well, actually, because I was confirmed and my brother wasn't. So I hope he's watching too because he just needs another reminder for that. So yeah, I went to San Antonio for my buddy Jason Young's wedding. Him and his wife, his beautiful wife, Brittany. They asked me to officiate it on January 20th. And the reason why I know that is because that's when I got my officiating card or whatever.
That's what mine was too.
Yeah, exactly. Super cool. Awesome experience. So the flight down there was on time, which I was amazed because usually I don't have that good of luck. I could have stayed in a hotel with the rest of the party, which looking back, I may have, I probably should have because it would have been easier just on a lot of people. But I stayed at an Airbnb. I stayed in a tiny home and a tiny cabin, and that was super cool. It was only $6 more than the hotel room, and it was closer to the wedding venue. So it was really,
hotel.
Yeah. So it really wasn't all that bad. However, this happened the third night that I was there. I know you're watching, Mom. Thanks. The third night I was there, I got Whataburger, and it was the night after the wedding. So last night. Yeah, last night. So I just got Whataburger, which people, if you're from Texas, they nonstop talk about it. Whataburger is life, but it's not Shake Shack. Anyways.
But do they have Shake Shack out in San Antonio?
Yes, they do. I only saw one though, and I was like, "Oh my god, Shake Shack!" They're like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Don't say that."
But something that would be interesting to see is if you had Shake Shack out there, then you might have been like, "Oh, Shake Shack in Texas does fucking blow." But maybe I don't know.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Maybe out there it's just not as good. But I mean, I feel like out here,
right,
Shake Shacks.
Right. All right, so I'm sitting on my bed, and I didn't get wasted at the wedding because I had to read a lot of words. So I'm sitting on my bed with Whataburger, and I see something fall from the ceiling right in front of my TV, and I was like, "What the hell was that?" Because I heard it. It hit my bag from Whataburger. It was a cockroach.
No way. Welcome to the club, my guy. We're dealing with this shit left and right. That's my biggest fear is that they're going to come from the ceiling, though.
It was just, and I was like, what was that? And I look, it's like just crawling all over the place.
Aren't they fast as
fuck? It was disgusting. It crawled behind the TV, and I was like, well, I'm not going to sleep at all tonight.
Yeah, I know.
I was thinking about texting you right away, but I wanted to tell you here.
On the show.
Yeah. So, So then back to Whataburger. Yeah. People were saying the honey butter chicken biscuit is to die for. And what I found out was it's just a crappy biscuit with a chicken tender and some honey butter sauce. So Whataburger officially overrated in my eyes. It's definitely not Shake Shack. A couple of other things I learned while in San Antonio. I'll get to officiating last, but because there's just so it's such a different environment, obviously, Texas compared to Chicago. And every single female I was around, like in the bridal party or not, did barrel racing and like owned more than one horse. Every single girl had more than one horse. Not one, like 2, 3, sometimes 4.
So like bale racing, is that what you said?
Yeah, you know what that is?
No.
Okay.
Is it when they jump over the bales?
Barrel.
Barrel racing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, you know what a rodeo looks like?
Yeah.
Just put barrels in there, put a female on the horse, and then they just like race through the barrels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like it's like kind of like a maze sort of deal. It
Right.
gives you a
Yeah.
path. Okay,
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that was insane. And then I was like, oh, like, how much do horses weigh? And this one girl was like, oh, mine's 1,200 pounds, and it's fallen on me a couple of times. So I was like, what the hell? And she's like, yeah, I have like a lump in my side from one kicked me. And I was just like, oh my God, like I feel like a baby for complaining about the things I do. These girls are having horses fall on them on the regular and stuff. And one of their names is Banana.
The
horse or
the
the girl?
horse's name.
Not the girl, the horse.
She's like, my name is Banana. The horse is Sarah.
I figured out when you name a horse, you take like the mom's name of that horse and the dad's name, and you combine it.
Oh shit.
So if it was like, if the mom was lightning and the dad was thunder, you do like lightning, thunder, or you. That's a terrible example. But like you combine it into something more. Like you just keep going.
Oh, and then you add on to that.
Yeah. So it could be like lightning, thunder, or hurricane, or lightning,
okay.
thunder, forecast. I don't know. That's not a good example. But
Forecast the horse.
You're like,
Yeah,
not the one naming
forecast
the
the horse.
horses.
shoot, I should have wrote down the one name. What else? I met this girl who owned a llama, and then her dad killed it and ate it because I guess
Are they good? Like, do they taste good?
that's what I asked. I said, "What do they taste like?" But they killed it because what were Banana's parents' names? I don't know. That's a good question. Probably tree and fruit or something. But
Hold on.
Yeah.
what?
What were the banana? Yeah, what were Banana's parents' names?
I know. I don't know.
That's insane. Maybe
Because
Banana,
it sounds like she named the horse after what she had for breakfast.
No, so she calls it Banana, but like the full name of the horse, like on the horse birth certificate, it's like 3 things.
Horses have birth certificates.
I mean, probably. I don't know. I don't know.
do
They
they have
might.
social security numbers too? I feel like that's why you have a birth certificate is to get a social security number.
I don't know. All I know is that they weigh 1,200 pounds roughly, and they like getting hurt by them is just like a weekly thing
Like
for
it
these
just
girls.
happens.
Yeah, it's just I was like, that's insane.
Well,
That's
yeah.
so insane because I've ridden a horse maybe 4 or 5 times.
But you have to imagine it's pretty like pretty normal getting hurt by one, right? But like a lot of times like you hear it's pretty fucking dangerous to like,
Yeah, well, and
ride horses.
I was so curious. I was like, do they have like different just overall attitudes like dogs? And she's like, yeah, all the time. She's like, one of my horses is a freaking bitch, but I love her, and like it just stuff like that. And then she's like, I have another that's like super sweet, but he's just horny all the damn time. It's like, oh, okay. All right, so back to the llama. So llamas die. They don't die, but they do not survive in super hot weather, I guess. And
they're
it's-
like they just have a
it's
bunch of
really
issues
bad
and
for them.
stuff.
So this literally happened during this girl's childhood. It was like going to be like 115 the next like 2 days or whatever. And her dad like saw the weather and was like, well, I guess I got to put the llama down, and went out back and just and shot it.
That's the stipulations for putting down the. Well, it's gonna be high 90s this week. We're gonna have to.
For the record, she told me this story while we were at a hookah bar. We were all feeling good, and it was very late at night, so I'm sure there was more to the story. But that same thing happened with her rooster as well. A rooster started attacking her, and her dad just came out, told her to back up, and just pulled out a pistol and went, pew, and then that's what they had for dinner.
God, Texas sounds
Wow.
so fun. Like I just want to like be like, oh, that animal is kind of making me upset. You're like, bah, 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 empty your 6-shooter into them, and then that's
eat 'em.
Texas. That's
Yeah, and that's the recurring thing. Everything he killed, it was like for dinner that day.
We're eating it tonight.
Yeah. I met a man named Forrest, which
Please tell me his last name.
I wish I knew it. I wish I did, but I know Forrest does not have a good heart, because he was talking about it. But I was talking to Forrest and like one of the what the hell? Not the groomsmen, but what are the girls? The bridal party. Bridesmaids. Yeah, one of the bridesmaids had like a bunch of friends there, and I was hanging out with them because they were all from Texas. So I was like, you guys tell me what you think about Texas, and because everybody from California is moving to Texas.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's your opinion on Tesla and like Elon Musk and all that coming? Like people are more than welcome to come to Texas, but like remember the reason. They're like, just remember the reason why you left California, and then
like overpopulation.
Yeah.
The fact that there were too many people, and it's like now all those people are going to Texas. But I mean, I feel like at some point it'll all balance out because Texas is pretty spread out. So like,
yeah, it's huge.
And once they, have some more people there, I feel like California, like the amount of people that were like, oh, it's way too crowded. Like eventually it won't be. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yeah, Texas is fun. I would definitely move there just from this weekend. And I didn't even get to like explore the city that much, but it's all good. All right. So to the officiating. So when they first asked me to do this, I was like, I'm going to memorize every line. I'm going to kill this. And I'm not saying I didn't kill it, but I was like, I told myself things and then I didn't do those things. Like I did not memorize it, but for the record, it was also like 6 pages of stuff. And I could barely memorize like my phone number. So, but it was
do you
super.
seriously not know your phone number?
No,
Tell it to everyone right now, just so we know. I'm just
30. Okay. It was awesome. It was just a super cool experience, though it did not hit me that like what I was doing until the bride started walking down the aisle and like everybody was standing. I was just like, and I was also trying not to cry because it was like a super beautiful moment. I was like, hold it together. Oh, back up. They had like a production crew, and I was mic'd for like 40 minutes before the ceremony.
So you were just already conscious about.
Yeah, so like I would just go up to people, or like I would just talk to like the production crew or whatever. I was like, I need a margarita. This is the efficient, and I need a margarita. We have 30 minutes to go till showtime, and I need a drink. Like just stuff like that. So I'm sure when they like watch it back, they'll get a real kick out of it. But yeah, it didn't hit me until she started walking down the aisle. I made people laugh. I made the bride cry, which, like, if you put those two together, I'll take it.
But like cry off of a good thing, right? You weren't like you wore that.
Like, yeah, I mean, no, I didn't. It wasn't like I'm so awful. I made her cry.
He was like, I can't believe you chose that dress.
Right. You have family in Texas?
Yeah, all over Texas.
Well, I see that now.
Me too.
I actually have family in Texas now. I have 2 cousins there. Then we got to the rings, and it's on the bride or the maid of honor and the best man to have the rings. And I spit out my little spiel or whatever, and I was like, can we have the rings, please? And the best man just goes, I don't have them. And like the whole place just roars, like cracking up. And then like the wedding planner or whatever just sprints down the middle and like gives them the rings. And I think the rings got misplaced because the wedding was supposed to be outside, but it started torrential, like downpouring like 30 minutes before. So everything had to get changed last minute. So it was like, it was fine that it happened. Like nobody cared. It was still an awesome ceremony. And then when it was all said and done, people were like, what do you do? I told them I'm a professional improviser in Chicago. For the people that didn't know me, that's what I told them. But yeah, that was pretty much it. It was awesome. I would definitely do it again. And yeah, I'm trying to think like if there's anything I could have done better. I mean, I definitely misspoke a couple times, but I mean, it was I fixed it.
Yeah, and if you don't know what comes with being ordained, it is becoming pretty much like a licensed member of the clergy, and you get all of the responsibilities of anyone else in the clergy, which basically is hilarious because
Thanks, Mom.
we're comedians in Chicago.
Well,
Yeah, he really is Father Sonny now, and
Well-
we joked about that the other day because she always wanted you to kind of be.
yeah, I know. My mom, well, she called me today. She's like, "You've officiated a wedding. You've given a eulogy." She's like, "My dream's coming true. You just won't add up to it
Yeah.
or own up to it."
And when he got ordained, I also got ordained. I just haven't done anything with it yet. But if you would like either Sonny or I to officiate a wedding or a funeral or any of those things,
Did you know that? My mom told me that today.
it's good luck if it rains at
Yeah.
a wedding. Yeah, I mean, I believe they said it in How I Met Your Mother. That's the only reason I know.
Overrated. Just like
Friends is
Whataburger.
overrated.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
Friends.
watch Friends, so yeah.
Yeah, I would say How I Met Your Mother's a better version of Friends.
But yeah, if like the moment that's like stuck in my head from the entire weekend is when the best man leaned over, tried whispering in a cricket sounding like area, and where it also echoed, and like where he's like, "I don't have them." Speaking of the way, his eyes were so big. It was so funny. It was so funny.
That sounds like a me thing. I would definitely do that.
Also, I carried around a flask with me of Crown Apple Royal.
Crown Royal Apple.
Crown Royal Apple.
I'm proud of you,
Because
buddy.
that was the groom's favorite thing, and like right before we walked down the aisle to like get it started, I grabbed the photographer and like I pulled out the flask and I put it right in the groom's face and made him like take a couple shots before he walked down the aisle. So I'm looking forward to the photos.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest moments of your life right now. You have to drink this.
I'm not a normal minister. I'm a cool minister.
I'm cool. That's the wedding planner, because I was like, "Do you want a shot? Do you want a shot?" Like I was, because she was obviously stressed because like of all the rain and stuff, and she's like, "You're supposed to be more like sober than me. You're officiating this thing." I was like, "I feel great. I'll be fine. I'll be fine."
You're like, I'm vibing. We're all good.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a fun wedding.
yeah. This is great. You know what song I walked out to?
What?
Like when they like bring you to your table. Then I actually messed up that part. Forever, Chris Brown.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm glad they played Chris Brown because then he beat his wife and it's at a wedding. That's kind of fucked
Well,
up.
it's. I mean, I remember it from The Office, not from the dude beating his wife.
I'm just saying, it's like very weird to play that at a wedding.
No, it's not. It's definitely like one of the most played songs at
Right,
weddings.
probably, but I'm just saying anything Chris Brown at a wedding is dicey.
Do you listen to Michael Jackson?
No, not really.
Well, newsflash, a lot of people do, and he did a lot worse things.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly he did a lot worse things. He's not here to defend himself.
He's dead.
Obviously. Yeah. Do you follow that page on Twitter that's like Michael Jackson updates?
No.
Once a year they'll be like, he's still dead.
Did you know that Michael Jackson bought the Beatles, like 90% of the Beatles music, way back when, and Paul McCartney still doesn't own like some of the songs that he wrote and sang?
No, I did not know that. That's pretty
Fun
interesting.
fact of the day.
So, going from that, what we can take away from that is that Whataburger ain't shit compared to
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. I would like to see your comparison between Whataburger, Shake Shack, and In-N-Out.
When I was in San Diego for a weekend, I had In-N-Out, and I remember it being delicious.
I remember,
But
being
that was
good.
also like 4 years ago, so I can't compare it to Shake Shack right now.
I remember it being good. I don't remember it being Shake Shack. I was still like,
It's overrated.
I would prefer
See,
Shake Shack.
Tyler lived in San Fran, and I believe him and Claire, and they say Shake Shack is the king.
Shake Shack is key.
I mean, it's a shack
okay.
of shakes.
So Shake Shack is the best because all around everything is good. In-N-Out is good, but their fries aren't that great. So, I mean, it depends on what you like, but overall, I don't think anything can beat Shake Shack.
How's your coloring going?
Oh man, my neck hurts.
How
My
many have
arm's
you gotten?
cramping.
You got a pretty good stack going there, though.
Yeah, not too bad.
Damn, that's what I'm talking about.
Making that
We only
progress.
have like 300 more to go.
I literally only have this many colored, so you can barely see that on camera.
Oh, Sonny, aren't you afraid to fly?
No? Why would I be afraid to fly?
Oh, I thought you said you were
Yeah,
afraid to fly.
you just don't like flying?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about this today. This is actually an interesting conversation I want to have with you guys. Road tripping and flying. I would rather road trip alone and fly with somebody. If that makes sense.
No, I would rather fly alone
Yeah.
and road trip with people. I don't like just driving by myself.
But when I road trip, all right, that's like where the conversation gets iffy. Because if it's a road trip, where if I'm going, like when I went to Colorado, I knew it was just me. I was like, all right, let's just get there. But if I'm going somewhere very far away, which I mean that's pretty far, but like let's say I'm going to Cali, I'm making pit stops and I'm planning those pit stops with people or whatever for like the whole new experience. But if it's somewhere where I just want to get, then I'm just going.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, I definitely. Yes, we did. We did make sure that it works with Sharpie. We were like, well, because our hunch was that it was literally just the fact that there was yellow in it, and that like on the computer when we made it, it was picking
worked
up because there was enough contrast between the yellow and the white. But when they printed it, it came out different. You know, it's always that issue of like how it looked on the computer versus how it actually came out. And it's just there's not enough contrast between the white and the yellow. So what we did was we colored it in with a black Sharpie, and we're like, what if this works? Like, oh, okay, this probably won't work. And then it worked, and we're like, all right, everybody grab a fucking Sharpie, get to work.
I also didn't tell you guys this. When I bought them, the website, I mean, it was fine, but then when I like submitted and purchased it, everything came out. I don't know the language. I didn't know the language. It wasn't like Japanese or Asian. It was like Russian or something. And so now I get emails in that language all the time, like ads, like buy more stickers, but it's all in whatever language that is. And I don't know how to unsubscribe because I can't read it.
Yeah, that's frustrating for sure. I mean, I can imagine. I'm not in that current situation because I wasn't the one that bought the stickers. But I'm glad we went with the $500 for the $1,000. Either way, we got a lot of them. So if you guys want to come by and help us fill in these,
help color,
yeah.
This is
Who
what
doesn't like coloring? Yeah.
That's what we'll be doing for the next 2 weeks.
Or
1 week.
Yeah, next week until we. So yeah. So now, Tyler, what did you do this weekend?
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can straighten my neck out.
Ooh. My neck.
Oh, is that the song?
Yeah.
That
my
you
back.
listen to? Let's see. This weekend, what did I do? Claire had a friend in town. That was pretty fun. Went to a couple breweries.
Which one's the best? Because you've been to a lot now in the city.
Yeah, I've been to quite a few now. I would say Half Acre is pretty amazing, but there was also another one that they were talking about that you recommended, Metropolitan.
Oh, did y'all go there?
They did. I had to work on some school stuff.
Claire, what did you think of Metropolitan? I know she's watching.
Well, while we're waiting on her, I didn't do many interesting things this weekend, mainly in the week, and I missed out on some stuff. They went and did a lot of Chicago things, like Art on the Mart and the aquarium and stuff like that. But what I did do is find out that there is possibly a new world's longest animal, and it was discovered, ironically, off of the coast of Australia.
Is it not a snake?
It kind of looks like a snake. Actually, on my screen, it doesn't really show up. But it's this. It's 150 foot long, and it looks like a glowing piece of rope. And
Is it in the water?
Yeah, it's in the water. It's just like floating. It looks like a massive pile of silly string. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. It's Siphono4, string-like ocean creature made up of clusters of cells that can clone themselves thousands of times.
What's does it have a name? They don't have a name for it?
I don't think they named it yet. They just said, yeah, it's just marine creature for now. But what would you name it? Hold on, let me see if I can get you.
I would just tell people it's an alien so then we can get that conversation over with.
Actually, they did say they compared the animal to a UFO because they have no idea what it really is. So,
There was
that's that.
There was this video of a UFO, or it's actually not called a UFO anymore. They made a new
Yeah, it's
acronym to it.
something. God, I just read it.
But like they have a video of it. I mean, not a good one, obviously, because it's like everybody that sees a UFO pulls out their calculator and starts filming. That's the quality of these videos. But it goes like into the ocean and it just disappears. And I think it was from like a naval ship. That's where they captured it. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, UAP is an unidentified aerial phenomena. Yeah, that's what it was.
So if you want to be smart, that's what you got to say.
I love the talk about UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call them. But
I've seen UFOs.
yeah, no, you guys have both told me you're crazy. Well, I know Sonny told me his story. Do you want to tell it real quick now that we're...
Mine?
Yeah.
Me and my buddy were heading to our dorms in Wyoming, where the only cool part about Wyoming is there was absolutely no city life or civilians, because why would you want to live in Wyoming? So it was just black at night. So it was so dark. And then, I mean, obviously the elevation was like 6,000 feet up. So at night you could see the sky. Like if it was a clear night, it was so beautiful. We were coming into our dorm and there was like a ramp to go up the parking lot. When we went up, we saw like a green ball of light, and it was just hovering there, and then it vanished. And I was like, I looked at him, he looked at me. I was like, you saw that? He's like, yeah. And I was like, holy shit. And that was it.
That's wild. I mean, I've never seen one firsthand. Tyler, what was yours? What was your story like?
So probably the closest one was also right outside of base, coming back to where we live, which was right outside of base in California, Northern California, and it looked kind of like a drone, but it was the size of a plane. And I know I don't really tell this story that often because people would just say it's a plane, but we were traveling on the interstate and I was going, I don't know, like 80 miles an hour, and it was pacing us over to our left, and it had some lights on the bottom of it, but it had like 10 lights, and airplanes don't have that many lights on the bottom.
Right.
So after like 2-3 minutes of it pacing us, it turned off some of its lights and went faster until we just couldn't see it anymore. So I chalk it up to UFO. I mean, you could technically say it was a drone, but I don't think it was a drone.
Yeah, I always think it's so cool to hear about those things. And even my favorite part about UFOs is that literally amidst the whole pandemic, the government was like, yeah, we have all of this evidence of UFOs, and here's all this evidence. And everybody was like, yeah, we get that. But like,
Yeah.
What's going on with COVID?
People did not care.
Yeah, they were like, okay, great, cool. We already assumed that. Like, come on.
Like it's binge watching season. I don't care about your stupid unidentified flying objects.
Yeah, we're like, but what's happening in Ozarks? What's happening in Ozarks?
I did watch that during the pandemic.
Everyone did. That was the big one, right?
That
one.
Barry and Peaky fucking Blinders.
I never watched Peaky Blinders.
You should.
I'll check it out. I'm ready to take on a new show. So, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely been crazy around here with him traveling, us getting ready for the Indy 500. I'm actually going back to Indiana tonight to start prepping stuff, and then I have a root canal on Wednesday.
Yeah, what the hell? Like, that's gonna be so rough.
Yeah, but I'm gonna drink about it. Come on, like you get a root canal, it's gonna suck, and I'm gonna do a bunch of things over the following 4 days to numb the pain. It's going to be drinking and probably going to indulge in other substances such as marijuana and
Cannabis.
yeah, that one too. Both of them, marijuana and cannabis, and probably THC also. But yeah, definitely, I think it'll be the best because yeah, I'm gonna get a root canal, and that does not sound.
Remember when you were like, "Hey, let's this is how we should do an RV."
Yeah,
Tell them what you suggested.
I said that.
Tell them what your family's been doing.
We go every year since I was 11.
Yeah.
Well, my dad and I do, and we go to Cruise America RVs, and they are pricey. They're like, it's like, what was it, like 1,500 or whatever for?
It was a good amount.
It was like 12 to 1,500 depending on the size of the RV you get. And I was like, yeah, it's cool. We'll all chip in. We'll do it. And we were all like, that's a lot of fucking money for 4 dudes because it's only 4 of us going this year. Usually it's 8 of us. That's why we do it, is because it's a commercial, like it's a national company, so you can rent them wherever. And
yeah, I've heard of it because I see him. I mean, you see him driving around all the time on the interstate, and they do look cool.
So the only reason we do it that way is because, like, well, one, like, you know, their communication skills are great, which we have been, you know, working on.
Yeah, ours has been a little sketchy, but we got that squared away today.
Yeah, today we did. They were like, you will have an RV.
We got that squared away.
Thanks for telling us 3 or 4 days before we leave town with your RV that we can use it. Because, like, we've been, like, sitting here like, oh, my God, are they going to text us back? What's happening? Where are we meeting them? Are they dropping it off? But now we finally know for a fact that we will have an RV. And, but yeah, that's what we've been doing for the 1 year. We were, I was like, you know, doing stuff in the back, like, you know, making food and stuff as we're driving down to I was also pouring drinks. As we're driving down to the Indy 500.
Making food my ass.
Making drinks. And then all of a sudden, you know, my dad's like, hold on. And I was like, what? And then all of a sudden, all of the coolers slide, hit my ankles, and then I go flying, and my first instinct is he said, hold on. So I grab I was opening the freezer, and he's like, hold on. I'm like, what? Ankles get hit by a cooler, and I go flying backwards, and then I'm like, what just happened? And I'm laying on the bed with the handle to the freezer on the way down to the Indy 500. We hadn't even gotten there yet, and I ripped the handle off the freezer. It was wild.
Well, we're not going to do that.
I know. But I'm just saying those things could happen. That's why I've been trying to tell him for the past month and a half. I'm like, listen, I know we're saying, like, we're not going to do this. I didn't think that was going to happen. I didn't think I was going to do that before we got there, but it happened. But we were able to fix it. Is
the Indianapolis 500 like your like only experiences with an RV?
Yeah.
My dad, my stepmom have a one that you pull.
It's like a Airstream.
Yes. Yeah. Well, not that, but
yeah.
Because those are like the silver bullet ones,
yeah.
Right? Yeah, they don't have that. Those
but
are.
It's kind of like
those are nice.
Idea where you just hitch it. Yeah, those Airstreams are dope as fuck, man.
Yeah, but that's the really only experiences I have, and that's why today I added Tyler. That's why I asked him for his email and stuff, because it was like, who are the drivers? Because I think the guy is going to ask us, or on like the documents or whatever, he was like, you have to show proof that you can drive it. It's like, all right, Tyler drove these in San Francisco, so well, not these, but buses, right?
Yeah, buses.
You drove buses?
Yeah, it was part of my job in the Air Force.
Oh. Look at that. I learn something new every time I sit down with these guys on Sunday.
That's why
we have this show.
Well, that's why he'll be driving.
Oh, yeah, that also. We're totally going to trust him with doing that.
What are your expectations for this week?
This week, like Indy 500?
Well, yeah, I mean, do you want to start beforehand? Like, what is your plan on Wednesday?
I'm going to go to the grocery store, get the food and stuff for us to start, you know.
What food do we want?
I figure we do like tacos and burgers and hot dogs. Keep it simple.
We have a grill, right?
We have a grill, yes.
We also need a trash can.
When the trash can, you would probably be like, oh, so you guys don't litter. And we actually haven't even thought about that.
Oh yeah, you might as well get two.
I could. I was just gonna tie up a trash bag. And
I mean, I'm guessing there's also some sort of compartment in the RV.
yeah, and then they'll maybe, I don't know. We'll figure that out. But the trash can that we're getting is fully. It's an aluminum trash can, so that way we can set shit on fire in there. And that is like, because they started a rule where you can't just have a fire in the middle of your campsite anymore. It's got to be in a contained thing. So last year that they had it, we just took one of the trash cans that they had on the premises, dumped out all the garbage, and then we used that because it was like day 2. We don't know where to get one.
Were they metal or like the plastic ones or rubber
like metal? Ones? It wasn't. No. It wasn't like one of the, but it was like one of those drums, but it was a solid steel one. So we just started burning shit in there. But it was burning weird colors, and like we were like, don't stand too close, or can't roast marshmallows. There were a bunch of new rules because all the chemicals were coming off of it as we're burning it. How are we
going to make our campsite better than all the others? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know. Comment and let us know what our campsite is missing as we are naming these things. But we're gonna have lights.
I have lights. I have like a floor mat / like carpet to make it look like nice and clean. We have cool coolers, no pun intended.
It's crazy because like you say cool and clean, but day number 1 and 2 of the Indy 500, because it goes from Thursday, the party starts Thursday and it ends like Sunday night after the race. But the race is on Sunday around noon, and we will be there for 4 days. And the first 2 days, Thursday, Friday, are supposed to rain. And I don't know, man. I've been there where like the RV's gotten stuck.
Okay, hold on. Weather update. Okay. Thursday, PM showers, 37% chance.
Okay.
Friday.
But I was actually talking to someone. They said when you see that 37%, it's not a 37% chance. It's 37% of that area is going to be covered by rain. So not all of them. So like you're 100% going to get rain. Just 37% of that area will be covered by rain.
All right. Well, Friday, scattered, 49%.
So it's going to be all over. But
what if we're like a horse and we get electrocuted by lightning?
Well, then we have a great fucking story to tell these folks next week. That's what I see. That's what I see happening. I hope none of us get struck by lightning. Ideally, none of us are going to get struck by lightning. But if it happens, and we better get it on video.
I mean, have you tried taking a photo of lightning? Because it's very hard.
I thought you were going to say, have you tried getting struck by lightning? I was going to say no, but also no to the question you did ask.
Didn't we talk about this already? That guy that got struck by lightning 9 times?
8 times.
8? No,
7.
Was it 9?
It was 7.
Or 7?
It was 7. I don't know. It's on our YouTube page. Go check it out. We're not going to talk about it again. We're not gonna bore you guys with these details that we already talked about.
Can Tyler fact check what Jackson said? What'd you just say, Jackson?
It's on our YouTube channel.
That's true, but I don't think that's what she was talking about.
Pretty sure he was struck by lightning 7 times.
What? I think it was 9. What games do we have for Indy? I have cards. I have a football.
Can Jam.
Jam.
Yeah, I've never played Can Jam.
I have bags. Oh, about the weather. Yeah. Oh, fact check that the 30s, like when it says 37%.
I've heard what you said before, but yeah, I'll check.
Yeah, I've never heard that before, so I'm interested in that.
Yeah, I don't know where I heard that. That's great that you're fact checking. Thank God we have a fact checker. Because like I say shit constantly that I'm like, maybe. I don't fact check anything. I just roll with it. I hear it once and then I roll with it forever until someone tells me otherwise. Yeah, see, even Claire knew what my mom was talking about. She's like the weather part, not the fact that it's on your YouTube channel.
Anything, Tyler?
It's called the probability of precipitation. Wow, there's an actual formula for it. That sucks. Forever has to use that all the time.
Can you read us the formula?
It is POP, which is probability of precipitations, equals C, the confidence that precipitation will occur somewhere in the forecast area, and C times A, the percent of the area that will receive measurable precipitation if it occurs at all. So you're right.
Wow, can't believe that.
It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes we get
This
lucky.
just in, Jackson is right.
Yeah, we got to get a new overlay for that because that doesn't happen always.
Breaking news:
Yeah.
Jackson was correct.
It's shocking, but
the-
here we are.
You need like siren sounds going.
Like I'm getting detained because they're like, "This has never happened before." SWAT team comes in, like, "Where is he? He's gotten too smart." And you're like, "I promise you, that's not an issue. He's not gotten too smart."
That's true.
This is just what happens when I'm completely sober.
I know. Who are you?
I know. He asked me, he's like, did you take a gummy before the show? I was like, no. Today, I'm doing this one for the fans. Sobriety is life.
Well, how did you sober up today?
How did I sober up? Oh, yeah. I'm surprised we're an hour and 7 minutes into this, and I haven't dropped out of a heart attack yet. But I had energy supplements, like Vitality energy supplements that I took, and they're probably expired too. So that's another thing. I was like, oh, maybe, I don't know. So then I took an omega-3 to like help with my heart, the like fish oil vitamins. Then I took a B complex vitamin that had like a bunch of B12 and all
I
this.
was gonna say, why don't you just take like a B12 every day?
I do. Like, you mean just B12 though?
Yeah.
Not like just I take a bunch of like the B complex, like B1, B2, B3. I assume. I don't know. Again, I'm not a doctor. And then I took a quarter of an Adderall, which I'm prescribed. I'm not saying abuse medication. You never should. I underdose. I don't overdose. So get your
Correct.
shit straight. But also, yeah, I took that today because I was like, and I'm dragging. And then I chugged a Red Bull on the way to the city. And then,
Sugar free or no?
no. Sugar free gives you cancer.
Okay, and sugar doesn't.
I mean, maybe. Fact checker. But I don't like the way the aspartame tastes, like the fake sugar. So it gives me a migraine. I was like, we already have it was a gloomy day, so I was just already drained. And it actually was a pretty beautiful day when I was in Indiana this morning. My dad sent me a picture a couple seconds ago. He is watching the show live in the backyard. Shout out, Dad, Camp Belial. But yeah, so
In the backyard? You have like a projector?
He mounted a TV on the side of the house in the backyard.
Just to watch our show? What a guy.
I think it was more to watch the Cubs games, but yeah.
Oh my God, they're playing the Cardinals right now.
I know, and he said that we should live commentate.
Oh yeah,
My favorite part about the fact that I'm a Cubs fan and he's a Cardinals fan is he'll be like, the Cubs lost.
Holy crap! It's the top of the ninth and it's 0-0.
Ooh.
I have to illegally stream this.
So basically, sometimes Sonny will be like, hey, the Cubs lost, haha. And I will be like, that's okay. I'm used to 108 years of them losing. So, this is no surprise to me. It's more surprising to me when they win. I'm like, oh, great, cool. Because, the majority of my life, they weren't doing that.
Wait, if I pull up the sound, is it going to go through the stream?
Probably.
All right, never mind.
Yeah. Watch it on your phone or something quietly.
Don't yell at me.
I don't know what you want me to do.
Not yell at me.
Okay, I'll work on it.
Jackson, how many games are played in an MLB season?
Isn't it somewhere around 90?
Oh my God.
90?
Wait, hold on. Let me guess.
Is it 100?
100 and
I don't know, man.
178.
No. 162.
162.
How many games for an NBA season?
Okay.
Just throw a number out there.
183.
I think it's 82.
That one's 82? Okay.
Yeah.
It's 72.
Oh, okay, 72.
Thank God we have a fact checker.
Well, all right. What about hockey?
Don't know.
I have no idea either. I'm going to say they play a lot of games. 96.
I'll say 112.
272.
270 in a season?
Yeah.
So
For hockey?
are half of those home games?
32 and oh wait.
They don't play 270. That's almost a game.
Oh, that was the NFL. My bad.
Like total games of the
Not
season.
hockey. Hold on. 82. There we go.
Oh,
Okay. What did you say?
I don't know what I said.
I don't know, guys. Watch the recording.
NFL.
He said 270 whatever, but is that what? Isn't that what did he say?
How many games do the Bears play in a season?
Just the Bear, like just one team.
One team.
Oh.
You can do this.
96.
Oh my! What are you talking
Dude, I
about?
don't know, man. I don't know.
96.
sports. Don't know.
How long do you think fall is?
Don't know.
17.
Yeah, they changed it this year. This is the first year where it's going to be 17 games.
What was it before?
Yeah.
18?
16.
What the
16?
fuck?
Yeah, so it's going to be all different records this year.
All right, here's something. We gotta get real with the fans.
All right, get real.
Be like, hey guys,
Get real.
get real close. Is what I'm gonna do. So basically, I don't care about sports, and I don't think I ever will. And Sonny really wants me to.
Dean is probably shaking in his head right now.
No, Dean was there when I quit baseball. He knows. He's known. I quit every game of baseball that I ever played. I would walk off and go, I'm done. I'm never coming back. And then I would always come back. But then one day, I never did. I actually played one day of football once ever. This is actually a great story. I went there and my pads didn't fit right, so I never showed up ever again. Problem solved. And I even bought like $60 shoes just to
Cleats?
fucking
Do you have a pair of cleats right now?
No. I think I sold them. But I never ever wore them. I maybe put them on once and then I was like, well, it doesn't make sense because the pads still don't fit. So then I never played. And then
What's your favorite sport to play?
to play, I liked baseball. I played it for the longest. I could probably put up with it longer. I like watching it more than I like playing it. But I mean, like, yeah, man. I just my dad was also wrestling was cool. I did that for a year, but then I fucked up my knee. Oh, stop it! You're too kind. But yeah, I really messed up my knee. I had a full leg brace all summer, and I could only take it off to swim, which was still cool that I got to go like do that stuff. But me swimming kept me from needing to get surgery.
What's your favorite like social sport?
Smoking weed?
Like for me, it's volleyball. Like beach volleyball. Is
Oh.
so fun.
I would say like softball, like a recreational softball sort of deal.
That's right, Tyler. We have to make a team.
Yeah, we were talking
I know, I'm
about the
super down.
Untied softball team.
We could sponsor it.
We'll sponsor it, but we're not going to name the team Untied.
No,
No.
that was just
that would
an
be bad
example.
luck for a softball.
It was a bad example, but it was an example nonetheless.
I mean, with Jack's on the team, God knows how well we'll do.
I don't know, man. I haven't played a sport in years. That's why all these questions that we were going through have been really difficult. Let's get into next week in history so that I can cry to my therapist shortly after.
All right. Actually, this week is kind of cool. Lots of big things happening. What's the day? 23rd?
Yep.
Yeah, 23rd. So May 23rd, 1934, Bonnie and Clyde died in the shootout. The
Shout
famous
out. True love.
Shout out, shootout.
May 24th, the Brooklyn Bridge opened in 1883. So Tuesday the 25th, Star Wars opened in theaters in 1977.
Nerd alert.
Hey,
You're a hater. You like The Office, and that's it.
just because you're uncultured, don't take it out on the rest of America that decided to culture themselves by watching some of the greatest sci-fi entertainment to have ever exist.
Thank you, Jackson.
Nerd alert.
Yeah, I'm a
May
huge fan.
26th, John Wayne was born in 1907.
OG.
The 27th, another bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, opened in 1937. 28th, we're going to talk about this one because I had no idea. Friday the 28th, Volkswagen was founded in 1937. And do you know anything about that?
No,
A Volkswagen.
like
Those are
wait, was the company or was it like the first car?
No, the company was founded
Okay.
in 1937, Volkswagen.
Did they know that they were gonna start making cars right away, or were they like, maybe we'll make like tennis rackets?
So in 1937, that guy Hitler was in power, and he
Oh, that's
started
right.
Volkswagen as the first state funded automobile manufacturer. And the original name was something. It was like 7 or 8 words in German that eventually got shortened to
Nice.
Volkswagen. I thought that was crazy.
I think it's crazy that like Volkswagen was like the Nazi preferred car. And,
I
like,
know, it
now
makes sense
people are
because
like,
then they
I
lied
got my
about their
new.
emissions. So
That's the car where you had the seats in the back that were backwards, right?
I think something like that.
I mean, I feel like a lot of cars back then did. Like they had the suicide doors, where you would open them.
Backwards.
Like they would, yeah, basically like the driver's door would open like this, but then the back.
I mean, I
door
know
would
what
open like
suicide
that.
doors
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
I think most people do.
So you can push a body out.
Well, but yeah, it's like if you push someone out, that other door would come and hit them, and it wouldn't be a great time for that person.
No, I mean they're getting
Because
pushed
it
out of a
would be-
moving vehicle.
And then they're getting hit by that door that's coming at however fast that they are traveling. So there's probably a formula for that if Tyler wants to look that up, like speed versus speed of.
You think
pushing
there's
out
like
the
a
body
like what speed do you think someone has to be at?
to like
Yeah, it's not like
to what
like 10 would be boring.
oh yeah, if that would just like you'd be like, oh man, come on, you'd like survive through it and you'd just be pissed off for the rest of the day. I think you would have to be like, I think you go like 50 just to be safe. I don't think you should do it, but I think it would like I don't know. I feel like if you're like trying to do some damage, you're gonna ramp it up as fast as it'll go. How fast did the first Volkswagen car go?
72 miles per hour.
well, why look that up? The 29th on Saturday, the first people to reach the summit of 29,035 feet of Mount Everest in 1953.
Holy hell, in 53.
Some crazy dudes.
That was a good year.
2 guys.
It was a good year for that reason, or it was a good year for other
It
reasons.
was just a good year.
You remember it well.
Yeah. I
Like-
mean,
it's like yesterday.
nothing catastrophic happens, right?
53.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we were amidst a war yet.
Cubs and Cardinals are still tied.
0-0.
Yeah. Cubs only have 2 hits. Adam Wainwright pitched a gem. Cardinals probably hit a walk-off, knock on wood.
Okay, cool. Yeah, again, whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to lose sleep if the Cubs lose. I'd like them to win.
I'll make you lose sleep.
What does that even mean?
What if I had a dog and I named him Sleep and I would lose him?
Then you're a shitty dog.
Yeah, what the fuck? You can't.
I like us better on drugs.
On drugs?
Yeah.
Then right now?
Yeah.
I like us better right now.
I do have a headache,
You have a headache?
but it has been a long day.
You want ibuprofen?
I was thousands of feet in the air. I'll survive.
Yeah, we're on drugs right now. We're on ibuprofen.
What were you looking up, Tyler?
I think it was how fast the first Volkswagen went, but it only came up with the Beetle, and it did go 7 miles an hour.
All right.
Is it time for my therapy session?
Yeah. Speak to me.
Well, first things first, we really screwed the pooch on these stickers right here. That's probably the worst thing that we did all week.
No, it's not. We've colored a lot today already.
Yeah. I
Hold
know.
on,
I have
let's
a good-
compare stacks.
All right. Put it to the camera.
2? Way to go, Jackson.
Yeah, you definitely have more, and that's for sure. Put it
Yeah,
to the camera, though.
But I've been busy hosting a show.
Oh, that's excuses.
Yeah, that's a solid amount. There's
That's not bad.
Jackson's. And then those are mine that I got done for the show. I have like a deck of cards. So there's like 3 decks. Jackson has 2 cards.
I have like 6 done, maybe tops. And honestly, I feel good about it. But yeah, so there's that. We're fixing that one, so I guess that's not that big of a deal. I still feel weird about the way that it felt stepping on that bird.
Did you feel the bones crack under your foot?
Yeah. but
Did
I
you
also
like feel
felt
it
a
explode
squish.
under your foot?
Yeah, I felt a squish and a crunch. It was really sad, and it made me sad for the rest of the day. It was super upsetting, and I literally got in the car, and I was like, "Hey, man, you're not gonna." I was talking to my dad. Like, "Hey, Dad, you're not gonna believe what just happened." And he was like, "Well, what just happened?" I was like, "I stepped on a bird." He's like, "That is not what I expected you to say." I was like, "Yeah, I know, it was disgusting." He's like, "With those shoes?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you clean them?" And I was like, "Yeah." But I didn't. But then I did as soon as I got home. I cleaned them as soon as I got home because then I had to go to my aunt's house. And she asked me the same. She's like, "You're on my fucking carpet." She's like, "Did you clean them?" And I was like, "Yeah, I cleaned them. I promise I cleaned them."
You
I
didn't clean them, did you?
I did clean them.
Mm.
I cleaned them as soon as I got back because I like literally was like, I'm not going back upstairs to clean them before I get in my dad's car. I'm just gonna clean them when I get back to like my parents' house.
I can confirm that stepping on dog poop is worse than horse poop.
I would rather step in dog
Did you
poop.
step on horse poop while you were there?
No, that's literally one of the questions I asked. Like all the barrel racer girls.
So stepping in dog poop is worse than horse poop.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Just smells worse.
Right. Because the horse usually smells like horse poop.
I mean, it just eats
regardless.
hay.
So you're like, right, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, like, I literally, like, that was probably the biggest, like, are you kidding me, for all weekend. I was like, what a way to start my weekend, Friday morning, just crushing a bird's bones with my foot. It was upsetting for me, upsetting for my shoes, and everything else. But other than that, we will go forward this next week. We got a lot of good things to look forward to that Tyler talked to us about. And honestly, as long as I don't step on another bird, I will chalk this up to a great week. So thank you all for joining us live and tuning in to Live and Untied. And we will see you guys. Oh, wait, are we going to have a show next week? I really doubt that we will, only because we will all not be here. Like, not one of us will be.
It's going to be such a long weekend. We'll see.
But regardless, if we don't have one this upcoming weekend, we will have one. It'll be Memorial Day. So, yeah, we probably won't have one at all.
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah.
Like Sunday?
Yeah, so like it'll be Memorial Day weekend. So we will take the day off for that one, but we will come back with tons of great stories from the Indy 500, tell you guys that following Sunday. I don't
Right.
know the exact date off my head, but everyone has a calendar in their pocket these days with iPhone and everything. So go ahead and enjoy your Memorial Day weekend and have a great one. So thank you guys again for tuning in, and have a great Memorial Day.